I'll give you a presentation that how technological evolution has gone in the aviation security. Uh, which has reached to the using of artificial intelligence in our security systems. So, all of a sudden, if I'll tell you that now what we are using it, so you won't understand the significance that why all of a sudden we are using it. So, I have mm, in this presentation, I will walk through the history of aviation security, that how it evolved after 1930s up to now. There has been three stages. So I would let you know that what are those stages. Next slide, please. So normally we say this is the aviation security. These are the some pictures. You will understand the significance of these pictures. Next slide. So early aviation, it started in 1930. What happened after 1930 up to 1950s, or you can say up to the 60s? It is called age of innocence. There was no crime. There was nothing like hijacking or no terrorist plot, nothing like that. So everyone was walking free to the airport, to the airplane, and they used to fly. What happened in 1960s, from 1960s to 1970s? It is called dawn of hijacking. And as per ICAO reporting, 118 incidents of hijacking took place during this period. Now, these all hijackings were the political hijackings, and there was no actual threat uh, felt at that time. But what happened in 1970, Dawson Field hijacking, this is considered as a turning point in the aviation security history. So this is considered as the most coordinated hijacking, most well-planned hijacking in whole of the aviation history. 4 planes were hijacked from Europe. They were going to USA. They were three of them. The hijackers took it to Jordan. This Dawson Field was an abandoned airport in Jordan, and there the negotiation took place. And after this incident, after the hijacking, they blasted the empty planes. The planes passengers were out, and they put bombs in the plane. And this incident, they, so what happens in 1970s? The focus of aviation up to 1970 was totally on the safety of the plane. They were thinking that whether our plane is airworthy or not, there should not be any defect when it is flying. For the first time, the attention was towards the security. In 1970, for the first time, the aviation authorities across the globe, they started using uh, metal detectors or X-ray machines and the frisking of the passengers when they were boarding the plane. Now, what happens in 1980s up to now? The political hijackings, the nature of political hijacking changed into the terrorism. So first thing was this. See, the in 1985, you all know about the Kanishk tragedy. Our Air India flight, there was a bomb placed in the flight, and there was a blast mid-air, and all the passengers were killed. So this event uh, changed certain perceptions. First perception was this, that this thing can happen in a first world country also, because all the hijackings or all the hijackers, earlier it was centered around Middle East, but this time it was Canada. So for the first time they thought ki, yes, we have to secure all the people from all the countries. It is not only centered around Middle East. And then these Pan Am flight, this exploded over Scotland. Then the 100% X-ray screening of the baggage was started. But even at that time, they didn't had that much of equipment what we are using today. Next slide, please. And 9/11 attacks. This is considered as a watershed of the aviation security. Why we call it? Because 9/11 was the first event. दुनिया के इतिहास में कभी भी ऐसा नहीं हुआ कि किसी थर्ड वर्ल्ड कंट्री ने फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड पे हमला किया हो। हमेशा अमीर देश गरीब देश पे हमला करता है। पहली बार एक गरीब देश ने अमीर देश पे हमला किया, एंड द weapon was used. It was a weapon of mass destruction when they collided. So these are the policy recommendations. The first thing, because I told that there should be data protection for the travelers so that their data is not exchanged. Mandate AI bias. Bias should not be there. That the AI system should not single out women or people who are brown or people who are black. It should not single out. Establish oversight mechanism. Now, when I say oversight mechanism, then oversight mechanism should be from the civil society. It should not be the oversight by government, because we are already doing it. Government agency or private sector is doing it. It should be the civil society who should keep the oversight on what we are doing. It means deepening democracy more than what it is right now. We invest in. Now, cyber security is the major concern. India is the सबसे ज्यादा दूसरे नंबर का कंट्री है जिसके ऊपर साइबर अटैक होता है। पिछले साल 500 समथिंग हुआ है साइबर अटैक अपनी कंट्री के, कितना क्रिटिकल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है। एंड एक्चुअली में जब प्रोजेक्ट हम बनाते हैं, चाहे वो प्राइवेट सेक्टर हो चाहे गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर हो, सबसे कम पैसा साइबर सिक्योरिटी पे खर्च करते हैं। इनफैक्ट वी शुड स्पेंड मोर एंड मोर ऑन साइबर सिक्योरिटी। अपग्रेड स्क्रीनिंग स्टैंडर्ड यूजिंग इंटेलिजेंस। स्क्रीनिंग पे लोगों को प्रॉब्लम होती है। अब ह्यूमन बिहेवियर इस तरीके का होता है कि लोग कहते हैं यार स्क्रीनिंग में, तो जब तक उसकी स्क्रीनिंग नहीं हो जाती ही इज नॉट हैप्पी। स्ट्रेंथन लीगल एंड रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क्स। लीगल एंड रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क्स में मैं आपको एक चीज बताता हूँ, जो प्रॉब्लम आएगी तो कहाँ से आएगी। सपोज दैट कि AI बेस्ड इक्विपमेंट इन एयरपोर्ट और एनीवेयर, suppose that in airport it commits a mistake, he single outs a person who has not done anything. Now his rights are being violated, that person. Now that person, when he approaches the court, who would be held responsible? You cannot say this thing that कि हम AI को जेल में डाल देंगे। उसको तो जेल में डाला नहीं जा सकता, he is not a human being। और ह्यूमन बीइंग कहेगा कि सर हमने तो गलती की नहीं, इसने किया, AI ने कर दिया। तो वहां पे इसकी प्रॉब्लम आगे चल के लीगल प्रॉब्लम्स आएंगे जब AI के बायस की वजह से गलतियां होंगी। सो वी नीड टू थिंक अबाउट इट राइट नाउ कि व्हेन वी आर गोइंग टू इम्प्लीमेंट इट, तो अगर गलती होती है, अगर फॉल्स पॉजिटिव निकलता है या फॉल्स नेगेटिव निकलता है, तो who would be held responsible and how the legal proceedings will go on. And enhance training and awareness. As much as you make people aware, as much as the things are transparent. DG यात्रा हमारा सक्सेसफुल सिर्फ इसलिए है क्योंकि we do not store data. We tell everyone that anything you put in the app will be deleted after 24 hours. It is privacy by design. So such system in which the privacy design is there, that should be kept in the mind. Next slide. हो गया मेरे ख्याल। So Aristotle ने कहा था safety of the people shall be the highest law. So we ensure this thing that using AI in security or in aviation will ensure safety, but there won't be any bias and there won't be any legal issues. Thank you very much.